Look, do you even understand what happened out there? Larry's voice trailed off, as if he had just relived the horrors of the station. His eyes darted around the room, as if he were trying to escape from his own memories. I read the reports, of course, said the young man, who was clearly trying to sound calm. The generator explosion, and then the radiation leak, right? But no one managed to survive, except you. How did you even? The reports? You have no idea what was really there. Larry leaned forward, his voice rougher, his eyes glazed over. You know, I thought I'd seen everything. Hell, I've been to places I don't even want to mention. But that station, it was hell. Pure hell. The guy sitting across from him, either a journalist or a history student, frowned, realizing he was about to start something that wasn't in the reports. We were 1,000 parsecs from Earth, Larry began, leaning back in his chair, as if about to drown in his own thoughts. Everything had gone smoothly from the beginning. The contract was signed, the shipment delivered, the inspection completed. I wasn't supposed to be on the station at all. But something stopped me. It was like my goddamn gut was screaming, Larry, don't do this. And there it was, mistake number one. I stayed. What's the cargo? The reporter was catching every word, like it was his only chance to find out the truth. Exactly. None of us knew. We just knew it was something important. Forbidden research, I'd say. It's not going to be in the reports, of course. But when you're paid that kind of money, you don't ask questions. Larry squinted, his face rigid, as if he were going to protect himself from the memories that were piling up on him. The generator explosion was only the beginning. The whole system collapsed instantly, fire, sparks, as if the station itself had decided it was time to send everyone into oblivion. The generator burst so that the blast wave hit every corner. My ears rang like they were being nailed together, and then there was radiation. Not just a leak, as they say. It was a flood, an avalanche. Did you see the water breaking through the dam? That's what it looked like, only instead of water, it was a red liquid, like a haze, like a poison that penetrated everything. He fell silent, his breathing quickening as if he'd felt that wave on him again. And then what happened? How did you survive? The young journalist clenched his fingers tensely. Larry chuckled. Luck, yes. But it wasn't all luck. My suit was the only one that withstood the pressure and radiation. See that scar? He slowly raised his hand, exposing a hand with a deep, ugly mark. It's nothing but a reminder. Inside me, of course, things have changed too. But externally, this red liquid hadn't gotten to my brain. Lucky me, damn it. But it's not that I'm the only one who survived. Larry leaned forward again, his voice quieter but much more ominous. Everyone else, they didn't die right away. Radioactive radiation, it doesn't kill, it changes. So we're sitting in locked compartments, thinking maybe we'll escape. And then Jack starts. Larry swallowed, as if that memory had left a taste of metal on his tongue. Starts moving strangely. His face. His hands. He didn't just mutate like the reports say. He literally dissolved from the inside out, as if something was pulling all the life out of him, drop by drop. We looked at him, but there was nothing we could do. He was different. Different. Different? The journalist's voice trembled, though he tried not to show fear. Yes. The whole crew changed. They weren't alive, but they weren't dead either. Monstrous shapes, movements slow, hoarse sounds, as if air was struggling to pass through their lungs. They were like walking shadows, except that shadows don't try to tear you apart. Larry closed his eyes, as if remembering that first encounter with Jack after his transformation. But you still escaped somehow. The guy across the hall clearly couldn't look away. Yeah. Because I was the only one who didn't lose himself. The only one who knew how damn important it was to stay human when everyone else wasn't. I locked myself in the compartment, gathered everything I needed, activated the escape pod, and just flew away. I watched the station drifting away, with only one thought in my head: you weren't supposed to see that. And here I am. Larry laughed, but his laugh was bitter, without a shadow of relief. All this time I've been living with this in my head. You know what the worst part is? He froze, his gaze going blank, detached. Every time I close my eyes, I see them. Those people. Their faces. They look at me, but not like before. They know I'm a survivor. And every time I wonder if I'm even human now. But it was radiation poisoning, mutations. You said yourself that you were just lucky with the suit. The journalist was obviously trying to figure out what this had to do with Larry. Maybe, Larry nodded. But after everything I've seen, you start to feel like it's more than just luck. Like I've been chosen. Like this isn't the end, but just the beginning. The journalist froze, his fingers hovering over the keyboard. He couldn't write a word. It's been weeks since that interview. Larry disappeared without a trace. The police said that this is not uncommon for people who have experienced severe psychological trauma. The journalist wasn't even sure he wanted to write about what had happened. So many strange details, so many things that seemed wrong, but lacked courage. One day he woke up in the middle of the night, feeling cold sweat running down his back. The dream that had plagued him for nights had caught up with him again. In the darkness he saw the station, the wreckage that was slowly drifting away into the void of space. And then shadows, the very shadows Larry had spoken of. Shadows that were slowly coming toward him. It's only a dream, he whispered to himself, trying to find a logical explanation. But when his gaze fell on the window, everything inside froze. There, behind the glass, he saw a reflection of Larry. Or who he had once been. The shadows had gotten to him, too. Each of us is doomed to be a part of that station. No matter how far we try to run,